Now, onto the actual sets themselves. Now, it's quite notable that these were made by the same people who brought you the Hero Factory knockoffs I went over and a collaboration I did with a friend. So, yeah, that may or may not matter to you, but it's notable because last time when they brought you the Hero Factory, the Kiz Hero Factory, they gave us really useful recolors. Now, similarly, they've done something here to their heads. To be precise, I'm not sure if you can tell what they've done to the heads. This really stood out to me, by the way. I'm not sure if you can tell, but hell, I'll point it out for you after we've gone over the White Ninja. Now, I don't know the names of the ninja. I'm not quite accurate in information on Ninjago since I don't follow it at all. Wanted to follow it, but doesn't seem like my kind of thing now. But I don't know the names. Just please excuse that. And I know some of you may want me to be accurate on the names. I know some of them. I know the gold ninja is called Lloyd, if I'm right, and I know the red ninja is called Kai, and that's about it. But white ninja. So here, he has 3 weapons. One being an electric staff of doom, or just an electric staff. Just most of these weapons I think are pulled out the creator's ass of these things. Just putting that out there, I think they're pulled out the ass of the creators. This weapon, I'm not sure what use this would be. Well, speaking of what use, it seemed like it'd be more useful than the later weapons, which I'm going to show you. And he's got a breeze blade there. What could that be used for, you ask? I'm not really sure. Maybe for slicing people with two-bladed action. I could see the electric staff being useful, and definitely the sword on the back. Maybe that would be more useful than his double-bladed thing. Maybe he should take his sword out. I'm not too sure. Maybe, but that's just me. Speaking of his sword, the way it's connected is quite weird. It's basically you put a lightsaber rod and a piece of armor that's connected in the back. Then you put the sword in there, and then you put a like blue axle slash pin on the sword connection, and then you put a ball joint there. You know, for a few extra pieces, you know, just ball joint, random ball joint. You can put any other piece there, but just ball joint. Anyways, so for every set, we're gonna have a look at the pieces. Since I do not own these, I'm not planning to own these, so we're just gonna have a look at the pictures they provide us. So, have you noticed the biggest thing here, like the biggest change? That's right, it's the custom hood. Last time, like I said, the Hero Factory Kiz have really useful recolors. This have less useful custom pieces. Well, if you want to make a Dengar mock from Star Wars, you go right ahead. But just these pieces don't look very useful. But I like the effort because they're custom. And it's a piece we've not seen before. Well, we have seen, but it's been enlarged. Like the thing that most of the DeviantArt community like to do to people. And the head is supposed to be like a Lego minifigure head. Opaque yellow Glatorian head with eyes that are either decal or painted on. Wouldn't be surprised if they're painted on, but hey, I could be wrong. My assumptions could be wrong. Because you know what they say about assuming? People have said it many times and I'm not going to say it again. But the chest, it's notable that it does have a decal on it that's different for every single set. So props, Kiz! Props to you for giving them unique decals, although they might be a bit off, or a lot off, like the Brain Attack decals were for the visors. I'm going to go over the color scheme for the figure now. Should have done this before the parts, but hey. So here we've got white, black, silver, gunmetal, and a bit of blue, and a bit of brown. But let's just remove the bits of and just look at the figure as a whole, it doesn't look too bad compared to the rest, like I'm going to show you in a minute. But yeah, this is one of the only ones that don't look too bad in the color scheme. Hey, at least they make better color scheme than Lego does. Lego does quite bad color schemes most of the times. Just look at fucking Bruiser. Don't look at the CGI of Bruiser, just look at the actual figure and you'll see what I mean when I say not very good color scheme. On to the second one now, the Red Ninja, Kai. Yes, one of the only names I remember, like I stated. Can you notice one weird thing of the weapons? What the fuck is that free spiked piece of shit used for? Could someone please describe to me if that's used in Japanese culture, or alternatively used in any ninja combat? Or would it have any fucking use in combat? What could it be used for? It's like a spear when you add on extra weight. It looks like it doesn't look useful at all. It just seems like he'd just be standing there trying to poke his enemies with it, poke his enemies' eyes out while simultaneously trying to get that metal spike to fit in their mouth. It looks like a torture device you put in people's eyes, and whilst the metal spike simultaneously going through their mouth, and then it comes out at the back of them, but they'd still be alive. That looks like a torture weapon. Doesn't look like a tool that a ninja would use. Looks like a fucking torture weapon. And look, a mace there, or a ball and chain. Ha! Yes, yes. These weapons will definitely not weigh you down. When you're a ninja, you have to be stealthy. But these, nah. They use video game logic to hold these weapons, like put them in an invisible backpack and then they can just jump from building to building fighting skeletons. Yes. Are these weapons even in the characters? Like, are these weapons used by any of the characters in Ninjago? Please tell me. If they are, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I don't really like the look of these weapons too much, but just God. On to the parts. Now we have a red hood, and we have the same head. So they all have the same head but a different color hood. That was probably what you came to the conclusion of. But let's have a look at the newer parts. They have golden axle pins, woohoo! Golden washers on a golden connector. They're really blinging out their figures tonight, woohoo! And they have a golden brain attack blade, so yes. Speaking of golden, the color scheme for this. Now, I see it as one of the most fucked up color schemes of the 4 sets that are included. You've got your red, gunmetal, white, silver, gold. Oh no, and don't forget black, since there's no armor piece covering the black. Yeah, I really don't like this color scheme. It's not the worst of all, but for the most part, it's not very good. Let's just say that. Oh well, on to one of the ones that has the worst color scheme next to Kai. I'm just gonna order Red Ninja. Again, what the fuck is that weapon gonna be used for? 2 claws? Is that used for picking up like body parts after like a huge Ninjago battle? Like you just see this blue ninja picking up like body parts with this to create some sort of monster. Not sure about that, but these weapons, now, I'm sorry if I'm coming to conclusions here, but I'm not really sure this is used in the Blue Ninja's character, or if the Blue Ninja uses this at all. Let's also have a look at the Stormer XL blade that uses a different connection. Not quite sure if he uses that as well. It's not on the actual minifigures as well, but again, not too sure. This speaks for itself, really. A lot of this shit speaks for itself. And let's move on to the parts. Nothing new here, except the totally silver Stormer blades, which I'm not sure. Well, Stormer XL blades, but I'm not too sure we've had those before. There might be some new colors in here, but there might be something I'm missing, so please excuse that. Let's have a look at the color scheme. Like I said, I believe that this color scheme is one of the fucking worst color schemes we've had. Well, that we have here. So, let's go over them, shall we? We have blue, black, gunmetal, silver, white, and the red lightsabers, which they could easily put in black lightsabers. Yes, they could have just easily put in a black lightsaber, but no, they decided not to and go with the red one, since they probably have like an overstock of that, like a warehouse filled with red lightsabers that they need to get rid of. I don't know. I'm just pulling things out of my ass now, like the people who make this. Since ninjas using grabby crabby claws in silver don't seem too plausible. I mean, excuse me for my countless assumptions, including recent situations, but I really don't think ninjas would use these. I'm sorry if I've said this before, but that's just what I think. Not sure if ninjas would use these weapons. Maybe not, but you can prove me wrong in the comments if I'm wrong. And I see those two blades aren't fitting on the connector that well. We're on to the final one now. And this is the Gold Ninja. Now the Gold Ninja, look at that weapon. What, did all their imaginative bullshit go into the weapons of Kai, the Red Ninja, and the Blue Ninja? Did all their imaginative power go into their weapons? Did it? Because look at this, his main well, I'm not sure if this is his main weapon, but the weapon that's in his left hand, it's just like a pole with a fucking blade. What? That's compared to the others, that's really uncreative. They could have added more onto this. I'm not too sure, but probably their creative power is too busy making litter picker or body picker and the fucking face stabber torture device, and then they're like, oh, we have no more shit to pull out of our ass, so let's just put bullshit in here. And not to mention the saw blade weapon with the blade sticking out of it. That weapon looks like it might have some use, but by the time he's going to slash the blade at the person's head, or the skeleton's head, or the snake's head, whatever enemy Ninjago was going to throw out next, the saw blade would have already gone for their skull, so useful weapon it looks like. But again, not sure if that'll contribute to any sort of stealth. But then again, I don't think any of these ninjas will be able to sustain stealth with the arsenal of weapons they're carrying. Parts, of course. Yeah, nothing new here. And it's notable that each of these come with a pack of cards for all you fans of the Ninjago trading card game, which probably no one. But needless to say, I don't think these cards are going to be the same as your regular Ninjago cards. Color scheme now. The color scheme is the best out of all of them. Gold, gunmetal, black and silver. And the black and silver only come in small doses for like most of them. But one thing about the color scheme is the green fluorescent sword. Why? I mean, others had like plausible like color swords. The white ninja had black, red ninja had gold, well, gold really shouldn't have been used for him, but it fits kind of more than this. And the blue ninja had silver. This has green. You can really tell they were thinking Rocket when they were making this. Yeah. So that was Ninjago Ultrabuilds, as I'll call them. If you want to buy these, which I'm not sure why you'd want to buy these, you can go into the description and have a look at the link in there. It'll link you to the page where this is at. You can buy them if you want. You can do a review of them. I really don't care. I just thought I'd show you this. Just because it was really interesting. It's cheap, but you also have to know it, and I'm probably not going to make a series of this. This is just to show you all a knockoff that I found. And was really interesting. So, if you want to make a review, go ahead. But until then, this has been Metaker. And no, I'm not making a review. I'm not spending £18 in these, or $30, which I think is not a very good deal, in my opinion. Hey, who knows? You could, you probably think that this is maybe a good deal, which, hey, all the power to you, but I ain't buying. Until further notice, and because it's a really big chunk out of my money that I've got right now, and, yeah, if I do feel like buying them, and then I'll review them, but most likely I won't, but hey, if I change my mind, I'm not sure, but the option is there for any of you who want to review these. Now, reviewers, eat your heart out. So yeah, this is Metaker, and hopefully this has been entertaining. I really hope so. And I'll see you all when I make another video. Goodbye.